Does it matter if minicab companies and black cab drivers go bust? Or is that progress?
We believe that Uber is actually a complement to the existing transportation infrastructure here in London. You can't survive with just one or the other. Sometimes you want to take an Uber, sometimes you want to take an iconic black cab, which is a symbol of London for all of us. Sometimes you want to take the tube or walk.
But you are disrupting the industry. You're having a massive impact on it, aren't you?
Absolutely.
People will go bust because of this.
I don't think so. I think we're bringing competition to an industry that actually hasn't been disrupted for decades. We believe competition's good. On the customer side, as we know, it brings better value for money, better customer service, all different services. But it's also, importantly, good on the driver side.
Okay. Well, why do I get a bill from Uber BV? That's your Dutch company, isn't it?
Yeah, so our headquarters in Amsterdam.
You do that to reduce your corporation tax bill in Britain?
Every company has a company headquarters, and ours is in Amsterdam.
Yeah, and so that means you don't pay as much tax in Britain as you would if you were based here?
We pay all the tax that we're liable for here.
That's how you can keep it so cheap.
No, I know. No,
actually not. You pay all the tax you're liable for here, but because you're based in the Netherlands, you massively reduce your corporation tax bill in Britain, don't you?
Well, actually, the reason we're able to keep it so cheap is the technology makes it much more efficient. So because the driver is dispatched, the nearest available driver.
You're not dodging my question, are you?
No, absolutely not. We abide by all the tax laws here, and like any international company, we have a headquarters in Amsterdam.
I guess you also save a lot of money by not being regulated to the same extent as private hire companies, because you don't have to go through all of that.
No, that's absolutely not true. We are fully regulated here in the UK by Transport for London and by the relevant city councils in all the cities that we operate in.
To a much lesser degree.
No, to the absolute same extent that all private hire operators are operated to. In fact, I'd argue we've been under even more scrutiny than most other operators recently, thanks to the sort of questions from competition.
Now, given there have been so many alleged cases around the world of Uber drivers getting into violent incidents with passengers, what checks do you do on drivers here to make sure that they are safe?
So first of all, public safety is our #1 priority. First of all the drivers are fully licensed by, here in London, the regulated Transport for London. In other cities, Manchester City Council. So that's the first step. Then, when they come and join the platform, we check all of that documentation. We can check that their licenses are still valid, that every single driver has insurance on our system. And we go through an in-person onboarding and training process.
How long?
Takes several hours.
Because obviously to be hours, as long as that, because obviously to be a black cab driver, it takes years.
Of course.
That is a skilled profession, isn't it? That you're basically driving out.
Well, I don't think we're driving it out, but private hire industry has worked under these sort of same regulations for decades. I think the difference that technology brings is safety measures on top of that. You can watch your driver drive up in the app, so no more waiting on the street. You get past his or her name, registration and photo, so you can be 100% sure you're getting in the right car with the right driver. You can even share a live map of your progress with friends or family.
Now, in the past, an Uber executive who was not happy with the way journalists were pursuing Uber suggested doing checks on the journalist. Are you doing anything like that in Britain?
Absolutely not. That was clearly not something that we've ever done, would ever do.
Could you go into my account, for example, you personally as the boss, and check where I've been?
No, absolutely not.
Could anyone at Uber do that?
No, absolutely not. We have very strict sort of data privacy sort of regulations, and it's audited regularly. If you as a customer wrote in with a concern about your account, and if I was the agent handling that, of course I could look at the relevant trip for that. But we've recently done a data privacy audit around the world.
What's your ambition in the line? Where's it going?
We believe Uber can add value in any city where it can be difficult to get around. So here in the UK, we'd love to see Uber in lots of other major cities. We're now in Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds and Wakefield. And we hope to bring the Uber service that customers love to many other cities around the country.